Welcome back to Lucore Automotive Services. Today I'm doing normal car stuff because that's what pays our bills. Thanks for coming along for the ride. I appreciate you guys' subscriptions and viewership. This is what year is this thing? 2008 Buick with a 3800. One of the best engines ever produced by GM. Got some issues I saw right off the bat. It was towed in, windows down, key stuck in the ignition, battery's dead. So we're going to start this repair with a proper battery and a new alternator. This car has over 100,000 miles on it. And the battery was a AAA unit, which 2 years is about all most of those would get. Right off the bat, I can see the coil was melting, so we're gonna stick a battery in here. Grab my thermal cleaner, clean up my cables, we'll drop our battery in, and we'll see if we can pull it inside where I'm out of the sun, at least into the shade. Get the alternator and the coils done. And I think we're probably doing a tune-up on this as well. It still has the original plug wires on it. Air filter's dirty. It just needs some maintenance. Regular stuff. Whenever you put a new battery on, you want to clean your battery terminals. I know it seems odd to clean a brand new battery terminal, but it is advisable because the lead oxidizes. And then you have a better connection if you clean your battery cables and your terminals. It just makes for a better repair. So, I'm gonna drop this lousy gag down in here. Quickly without crushing fingers. Get our hold down, which was loose when I took it out. Terminals are tight. Let's see if we can get the key out of the ignition now. Hey Austin, can you crank this over for me? Crank it again. Yeah. Crank it again. Okay. This may need a crank sensor. That guy's looking great. Let's change those guys out real quick. Been letting the smoke out. A lot of times these would be all rusty and corroded. It'll cause a misfire on the spark plugs. Looks like it's just dirt. It'll be alright. Still gonna wipe it off. Put our new seals in. This car's actually acting like it might need a crank sensor. But we will figure that out soon enough. I'm going to be changing the plugs and wires on this. But for the moment, I'm going to put everything back where it came from. 6, 3, 2, 4 and 1. What's that? That is a Capri. It was built in Germany, actually, by Ford Europe. Yeah, it was a European import. Or at least that's what it was marketed as.
Right. Back in them days.
So I'm guessing we're going to be looking for pulse on our injectors and spark. If we have neither, that coil may have killed this module, or we may not have a signal from our crank sensor. Just have to check. This is going to need valve cover gaskets too. It's good to know. Alright, you guys are going to have to tell me if this has got pulse and spark. Tell me what it does. We got nothing. So, is the module bad from the coil rupturing? Probably. Or did the coil kill a fuse? Let's check our power fuses first. Yeah, that's right there. He's good. Fuel injection 20 amp. Sorry, spot 20, 15 amp. Right there. That's okay. Alrighty then, we've got PO520, which is engine oil pressure switch circuit. P0203, which is injector 3 control circuit. P0206, injector 6 control circuit. 205, injector 5 control circuit, injector 4 control circuit, 2 control circuit, 1 control circuit. So, more than likely that module's cooked. Because that module underneath the coils is what fires the injectors, if I remember correctly. Let's see if we can get a module here for this thing. Let's look at data. Let's see if I have cranking RPM, engine speed. Not showing engine speed. Pump command comes on. Engine oil pressure switch picks up. Oh yeah. But she cranks. She's got oil pressure. That's good. It's a good start. Let's see what's next. Well, it's good practice when you have a coil that fails on one of these to replace the module. I'm going to put a new module in this one. I have injector codes for all 6 injectors, and that is all run through this. So this is because we had a visual failure of a coil melting down. More than likely it took the module with it. I'm going to start with that. It's actually good practice to replace the module whenever you have a coil failure. It's really just a matter of time before the module will fail, so it's a good preventative measure when you have a coil failure. So the PCM could certainly have taken a jolt, and possibly the power path for the fuel injector circuits could be compromised. There's a few different things that could cause all 6 injectors to have circuit problems. The main power feed, which comes from the PCM, could be our problem. I mean, it could be a bunch of different things, but we're going to start with the module. See if we've recovered our spark. We may not have, but let's see. But we still do not have spark. So let's run our diagnostic through the harness and verify whether or not we have a bad PCM. That is the next step. We're going to want to make sure we have power here. Double check all my fuses and all my fusible links. All of these fusible links appear good. We'll verify them. Power, power, power. Check all of our powers. Ooh, that one's popped. Which one's that? 24. Electronic ignition. Hey, that's probably why we don't have spark. Let's replace that guy. Let's put that 15 amp fuse in there. Oh, that sounds better. I probably should have had the key off when I did that. It'll be alright. I'm going to guess we have spark now. Well, I definitely have spark. Let's hook our plugs back up. And it'll probably run. Alright, I bet it'll run now. Alright. There we go. Now we can shut it off, change the spark plugs, plug wires. I am going to check. This thing has 100 and some odd thousand miles on it. The battery's completely dead in this thing. We put a new battery in it. I'm curious to know if it was just sitting a really long time. So I'm going to go ahead and clear my codes. We are going to put plug wires and spark plugs on this car. It's 120,000 miles. They appear to be original. Alternator is also original. With 120,000 miles, we've gotten our money's worth out of the first alternator. And to prevent the customer from having a failure or a breakdown due to a bad alternator, we're going to change his alternator so that we'll get another 120,000 miles out of the next alternator. All right. Purrs like a kitten. plug wires, plugs, alternator, air filter. That's all this one's gonna get. So we will move on to the next car. I will probably have Jeff do the maintenance part of this job now that it's running and driving. Everything looks good on this one. I tag teamed this one with our new tech Jeff. We're very happy to have him on board. He took care of some of the tune-up items in the alternator after I got the thing running. This car actually came to us, was towed here from another shop that recommended the customer needed an ECM. I diagnosed it initially, checked fuses. I missed the fuse the first time. That's why it's important to use your test light to just check all your fuses. The fuse was popped. The fuse was popped because one of the ignition coils was cracked open. It was probably shooting lightning into the ignition module and into the cylinder head. So 3 new coils, an ignition module, and 1 fuse, 15 amp fuse, and she fired right up, runs good. This car then received plugs, wires, an alternator, and I put a battery in it initially and cleaned the battery cables. Pretty quick in and out, a good job for us here in the shop. This is the stuff that pays our bills. This is what we do every day. We fix stuff that, you know, needs fixed. It's broke. Fix my car. I gotta get to work. We just did a radiator in a Jeep for the guy that was passing through. He's like, I gotta get to work. I'm like, I understand. You also need a radiator. We'll get it fixed for you. At any rate, this 2008 Buick Lucerne has 126,000 miles on it. It will probably turn that many miles again. These are very reliable vehicles. I would never hesitate to put some dollars into one of these cars. I'm actually going tonight to pick up an old Saturn that I'm going to fix up for a person that I know and get them into a car. So that should be a little bit of an adventure. Maybe I'll show you what I do to that thing. It's a 120,000 mile Saturn wagon. They're cheap, they're inexpensive to fix, and they're reliable. So that's it. May not be the car everybody wants, but it'll get you to work. So at any rate, thanks for watching. Click like, subscribe, leave us a comment below. Stay safe out there. You guys have a great day.